Hey, Shalom. Before I get this lesson started, all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and the bishops at the Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, salutations, as always, to the hopeful elect out there listening and learning. So just back with a few things I want to touch on in the news that they going crazy over. So we know dealing with this eclipse that's coming up on April the 8th, they talking about doing a whole lot of things. They talking about shutting down schools. They talking about the elites going into the bunkers. They talking about power outages and social media networks being down and things of that nature. So it's a whole lot going on, and we already know the times that we in, that the elites, these devils, they really about to come down with some heavy draconian stuff, man. Like, they really about to come with it, because they know, seeing the signs in the heavens, that they have a short time, but dealing with this National Guard situation, why would you need to deploy the National Guard on what they're saying is a normal event? Because to them, to these news broadcasters and media people, they saying that, oh, this eclipse is nothing to really bat an eye at. It's a normal event. But here it is, they deploying the National Guard, they closing down schools, elites are going into the bunkers. Why is this happening? Is it possible that they know something is going to take place on April the 8th when this eclipse goes down? We don't know, but it seems fishy that they lining up all these things for this event. So I got this article right here from Newsweek, and I'll read some of it. It says here, fact check, why National Guard nuclear unit is poised for solar eclipse. So not only the National Guard, but the nuclear unit for the National Guard is also being deployed. So getting into it, it says, the solar eclipse on April 8th will attract hundreds of thousands of visitors to U.S. towns and cities named by experts as the best places to see the moon completely block the sun. In Oklahoma, the National Guard has already announced its deployment to support local agencies and residents, with the state falling in the path of totality where the moon will block out the sun. However, a local report that an elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear unit would be monitoring the event has led to a wave of suspicious social media posts. It says, a TikTok video posted by user WFF News on March 15th, which has since been viewed more than 3.2 million times, shows a local newspaper mentioning emergency preparations in Oklahoma for the eclipse. Now, again, why is this an emergency situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what purpose? All this happening is that, the sun is going to be black, okay? Like, it's going to be dark in the middle of the day. So what emergency could come from this? But we know that these devils, they're in the midst of moving on to the next phase. They're in the midst of implementing more draconian decrees. Like, we understand that paid mercenaries have come over the border. They've paid people to be agent provocateurs of chaos. So knowing these things, could they be setting up a Black Swan event? Because they was talking about that last year, matter of fact. They was talking about there being a Black Swan event, big false flag attacks coming. This could be it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could be it. We just got to watch and see what happens. But again, it seems very odd and suspicious that all these things are supposed to go down on this day. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like, we have to watch and be circumspect, because these devils, like, they really about to come down with some shit. It says here, the report noted a deployment of 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, and radiological and nuclear unit. The TikTok presenter said, this is getting wild. The National Guard is going to be here now for the solar eclipse. This article today was released in Oklahoma newspapers saying that they will have guardsmen present in McCurtain County for the solar eclipse. Now, listen to this. Check this out. It says, but things get much weirder. The 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear unit will be housed in Broken Bow, in addition to 110 to 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers. They're also urging residents to stock up with 1 to 2 weeks of food in advance of the event and to have full fuel tanks. They're also saying that it's likely that communication facilities could be overloaded, possibly making it difficult to make cell phone calls. Similar warnings are going out in different states, including Noblesville Fire Department in Texas. So you can't tell me with all these things that are going to happen on this day, they not planning something. You see, it's pretty much obvious to see, man, to anyone that has any sense that the times we're in are very dangerous times, man, as it says in 2 Timothy's. You see, so nothing is really off the table in this time. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch these damn devils and know that they're going to use any event to, forward their agenda. You see? But in terms of this eclipse, these people, they don't have no idea of what's about to happen, man. They don't even know what this means. You see, they just going, like, a matter of fact, like, I be hearing people talk about it, like, yeah, did you buy your glasses for the eclipse? Like, are you gonna drive out there to see it? So these heathen, man, like, they're really enamored, like, they're really captured, saying, by the signs in the heavens. They just think this is something to just look at and marvel at, not even knowing what this means for them, not even knowing that this next eclipse that's going to come on April the 8th, it's going to draw an X across America combined with the 2017 one. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that the eclipse is going to cross over, so it's going to interlap in an area called Little Egypt in Arkansas, I believe, or something like that. But hey, X marks the spot, okay? And America, this place about to be X'd out, you see? So Esau, he could just be forwarding his own destruction, on this day, speeding up this 2030 agenda, hey, who knows, man? This man could release diseases, like he could do some nuclear tests. Hey, who knows what's going to happen? But at the end of the day, we bring these things out so that our people can watch and be circumspect for what's coming, because the devil knows he has a short time, man. So that great wrath is definitely coming down, But let's go here real quick to Luke 21 and 25. And it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So the Lord told us that in the last days, prior to his coming, that there shall be signs in the sun, the moon, and in the stars, and that's to let us know that the Lord is on his way, that, this world is on the way out. You know what I'm saying? So when you see these things like an eclipse, there's also a lunar eclipse that's going to happen on the 25th. Okay, so combined with that and the solar eclipse happening on April the 8th, we already noticed some major stuff about to go down. You know what I'm saying? Like the Passover is about to happen as well. And stuff always go down after the Passover, you see? So we're in the midst of, a great change taking over this earth, man. No doubt mass judgment is going to come after these two eclipses. You know what I'm saying? But these are signs, man. These are signs of the times that we should be watching for and that the heathen are dismayed at. Let's go here to Jeremiah 10 and 2. It says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe. It goes on to talk about basically the whole Christmas tradition, cutting trees out the forest and decking it with silver and gold and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We are to abstain from these ways, man. But the point is, the heathen, they're captured, they're enamored. You see, they're perplexed even by the signs in the heavens. See, they don't know what it means. They just look at it and think, oh, this is something fun to look at, not even knowing that this is a sign of their downfall, you see, and a sign of our deliverance. You see that? So the Lord got these people in a damn trick bag, man, but Esau, he definitely going to use this as a catalyst to bring forth more confusion, more chaos, more destruction. It talks about that in what, 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter. There shall be confusion in many places. You know what I'm saying? It also says in Ephesians 5:16, for redeeming the time. You know, so we are to redeem the time, man, because nothing is a coincidence. We understand as being in this truth. You know what I'm saying? Like the Spirit reveals to us that some stuff is really about to go down. And you know, not even just us, but these worldly people, they know that something is off. Like they know that something is you know, gearing up to happen big time with this whole solar eclipse. You know, but we are to redeem the time because the days are evil. You see? Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. You know, so what is the will of the Lord? Salakia. The will of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, is that Babylon be taken down and destroyed. That's the will of the Lord. You know, and this eclipse here, this is just a sign to usher that in, you know, amongst many other signs that are going to come after this. Okay? It says, and be not drunk with wine, wherein in excess, but be filled with the Spirit, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord. Yeah, so, you know, so this time we're supposed to be praying as well, you know, because whatever this devil going to bring, we understand that we're going to need protection. We understand that, you know, we're like worms, man. That's what the scriptures say, you know, that we're like worms. We don't have any defense against the advances of this devil. See, this is why 2/3 of our people that don't understand the time that we're in, they're going to be destroyed. They're going to be offed. See, because they not confiding in Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You know, they're not seeking the Lord while he may be found. They're in this world. They understand these eclipses coming just like we understand it, but they're taking it for a joke. You know, they're taking it for a thing of a naught. You know, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing and seeking the Lord in all diligence, man. You know, but whatever is going to happen on that day, when it does come, whoever do not have the protection of Yahweh Shemel Shai, they going to be fooled for whatever these devils are going to do. Like, that's the bottom line. All right, let me go ahead to this next article. It says, this is from Irish Star. U.S. mobile phone services could go down during upcoming total solar eclipse. It says here, there are warnings that mobile phone services could go down during the upcoming total solar eclipse on April 8th. The celestial event occurs when the moon moves between the sun and the earth, completely hiding the sun. The eclipse will travel across North America, passing over Mexico, the United States, and Canada. NASA says it will start in Texas in the U.S. and move through multiple states. Large crowds of people are expected to travel to countryside areas to get the best view of the eclipse, with some states considering bringing the National Guard to regulate the traffic. See, so they talking about the National Guards are going to be sent out there to regulate traffic, and that's all BS, man. You know, why do you need to, like, since when has the National Guard been deployed to regulate traffic? It don't even make no sense. Like, I don't recall them doing that with the last eclipse. I mean, I could be wrong, you know, but I don't recall hearing about that the last time in 2017. But they doing it now. For what purpose? Because something about to go down, man. That's the point. Says, but this influx of people to rural areas could also cause problems for mobile phone companies. You know, so when you read this, they're almost making an excuse for, yeah, so if the power does go out, if social media does go down, oh, it's because people are gathering in these areas and the grid is going to be strained and things of that nature. But the whole time, these devils are going to do some shit, man. Like, these devils are going to, you know, shut down the grid. East Coast blackout. You know what I'm saying? What was that movie? Leave the World Behind. You see what I'm saying? So, look, you know, this is the time to, you know, gird up yourself, man. You know, to put on the full armor of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, because it says here, T-Mobile is getting ready for the big solar eclipse, and they want to make sure everyone can use their phones. A spokesperson said, recognizing the importance of this celestial phenomenon, the next total solar eclipse visible from the United States is 20 years away. And listen, man, America, Babylon the Great don't have 20 years, okay? I don't even see this place going on for 5 more years, man, much less 20. You know what I'm saying? So we can just scrap that, right? And the tourism it will bring to areas from Maine to Texas, T-Mobile is actively preparing to ensure customers stay connected during the eclipse. But again, why would cell phone outages occur during an eclipse? It ain't happened last time, so what's going on now? Now, we already know that these devils been talking about cyber attacks on the grid, talking about hackers are trying to mess with the water system, and you know what I'm saying, like pharmaceutical companies been attacked with cyber attacks. Cell phone outages have been happening. Social media outages have been happening as well. So they've been testing things for you know, a couple months now, but in the last month they've been going hard with it. So could there be a blackout April 8th? We don't know. We got to wait and see. But we do know that in ancient Egypt, there was a blackout back then. Okay, like the Lord did bring a plague of darkness upon the land of ancient Egypt. So, you know, the Lord said in, what is that, 2nd Ezra 16 or 15, that he shall bring plagues upon Egypt as before. You see what I'm saying? So the same plagues that happened in ancient Egypt is going to come back today, man. So this solar eclipse, if this does cause a blackout, whether he uses Esau to do it or not, it's all according to the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You see? So yeah, man, look, we in some dangerous times where stuff about to go down and people about to be caught off guard because they walking around in gross darkness, and then they telling you to make sure your gas tank is full. They telling you to make sure you got 2 weeks worth of food and water. Like, what's up with that? And again, these things were not told to the people the last eclipse. So it's almost like they telling you to prepare for the worst case scenario, which, you know, that's what it sounds like. All right. But with that, we can move on here. All right. Because news is coming out that Taiwan admits that U.S. troops are now stationed on the Chinese border. So everywhere that you look, man, the tensions of war continue to rise. Okay. And this is all leading towards what? The Battle of Armageddon, World War III. Okay, the war to end all wars, man. You see? And these nations are gathered together continually for war because this is the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because it's time for these nations to be taken down. Okay, the time of the Gentiles is at an end. You see? And the end of these Gentiles is going to be violent, man. Okay? Because at first they're going to be fighting each other. Then when Yahushua crack the clouds and come back with the hosts of heaven, they all gonna stop fighting each other and turn their guns on him, and talk about that in 2nd Ezra's the 13th chapter. You see? So these are the things that are coming upon the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Great distress, great perplexity, okay, war, bloodshed, man, disease, pestilence, famine, and hunger. All these things are here right now. You know, Esau, he's bringing down his unrighteous draconian decrees. You know, he wants to take away your Second Amendment right. He wants to take away your First Amendment right. He pretty much wants to take all your rights away. All right. Civil war is on the horizon. You know, that's about to pop off. Okay. Nuclear war is on the table. Troops are being moved. France has also moved. Matter of fact, French, American, and German troops are in Ukraine right now as we speak. And Putin knows this. This is why he's saying that the world is on the brink of World War III. You know what I'm saying? So let's read a little bit of this right here. It says, Taiwan has officially confirmed the presence of U.S. troops stationed on its islands in the Taiwan Strait permanently, a development that could further escalate mounting tensions with China. And it's not could, it will escalate tensions, man. And Lord willing, Adawan Ratazah, you know, China make a move on Taiwan, man. You know, because if China make a move on Taiwan, that's going to jump off another war in the South China Sea, which this thing been brewing up for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But we're at the time now where these things are about to come forth, man. Like the vision is not going to tarry any longer. The Lord is manifesting the end through his works, man. Okay, through prophecy. The National Defense Authorization Act, passed in 2023, facilitated the deployment of these troops to conduct training programs for Taiwanese frontline forces. The move comes as China continues to assert its disputed claim over Taiwan, viewing it as a renegade province, despite never having ruled it. The heightened military activities by China in and around the Taiwan Strait have prompted Taiwan to bolster its defense capabilities. It comes after Secretary of State Anthony Blinken this week issued an ironclad warning to China as tensions between the two nations rise. So once again, this is another conflict among the many conflicts, ongoing wars that NATO and the EU are involved in, okay? And this is exactly how Rome went out. At the time that Rome went out, they had many ongoing wars. They had civil wars at home, many wars going on overseas to where the spending was exacerbated. Soldiers were tired of fighting, to eventually where they were so focused on overseas interests that the homeland was wide open. And is not America wide open right now? Is the southern border not wide open to where you have Ham coming in, you got Moab in, up in here, you got Russians up in here, Iranians, and hey, guess what? They've all been given the green light to cause chaos at the appointed time. You see what I'm saying? So going back to the eclipse, that could be the green light to go ahead and perform, terroristic acts on American soil. But, the bottom line is America has been invaded, man, already. But even overseas, you see, this is why a draft is going to come back. You know what I'm saying? A draft is going to come back. Many men are going to die in these wars. Bridegrooms are going to be mourning because they have no husbands. You know what I'm saying? And that's when that Isaiah 4:1 is going to come into the picture, man, because it's going to be a severe shortage of men. All right, but hey, look, we're in a time of war, man. Peace has pretty much left the earth. And you know that because there was a meeting between Russia and NATO, and they pretty much said, listen, peace is off the table. We don't want to talk about peace. This is the time where we going full-fledged, full steam ahead, taking no prisoners, man. That's the spirit that these nations are in. But ultimately, we understand they're in that spirit because Yahweh Hashem Shai has them in that spirit to fulfill his will of what? Bringing forth World War III and the ultimate destruction of these heathen, man. That's why they're all being gathered together. So let's go here to Luke. This is Luke 12 and verse 49. It says, I am come to send fire on earth. And what will I if it be already kindled? So Yahweh Shai say that he has come to send fire on the earth, man. And what will I if it already be kindled? You see what I'm saying? So the fire is already kindled upon the earth, literally and figuratively, man. Like you have a lot of places just burning around the earth. You got volcanoes going off. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people in a fired up spirit to cause sedition and go against their own government. People, rising up against one another. You see? But I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straitened till it be accomplished? So the Lord, man, look, he about to baptize this world, these heathen nations with fire, man. That's what's about to happen, okay? Mass death, mass destruction, sorrows and mournings, man. This is the beginning of these things, all right? This is the beginning of these things, man. And look, the Lord not going to hold back on that judgment because he's been quiet for a long time. The Lord is ready to get busy and bring recompense to these heathen nations. You see? Isaiah 63 and verse 3, it says, I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger and trample them in my fury. This is talking about what? The day of the Lord. The great day of judgment, man, to where these heathen, they gonna meet Yahweh Shai face to face. And hey, as Yahweh Shai said, I shall not meet thee as a man. See, so Yahweh Shai is gonna come in his full glory along with the host of heaven. All right. And these heathen really gonna see what real war is all about, man, because they don't know what real war is yet. You know what I'm saying? They gonna witness true destruction when Yahweh Shai comes and he demonstrate that heavenly spiritual power on these damn heathen, man. You see, that's what's coming. It says, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. Verse 4, for the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. You see that? So this is all for what? The Lord is going to destroy these heathen for what? The controversy of Zion, man. Okay? For the affliction, for the oppression, you know, taking our heritage away, taking our land. You know what I'm saying? For all these things, the Lord is going to bring vengeance to these heathen, man. And hey, the Lord say that vengeance is in mine heart. You see? So the day of the Lord, man, it ain't going to be nothing nice. You know, that's why the scriptures say, roughly paraphrasing, that the day of the Lord is a day of darkness and not light. Okay? A lot of people talking about, oh, I can't wait till Jesus come back. Oh, sweet Jesus, come save me. Right? And the scriptures also say, woe to you who desire the day of the Lord, for what end is it to you? You see what I'm saying? So you got Edomites calling on, you know, whom they call Christ and Jesus, right? But what end is it for them? Because these Edomites, these heathen, they go into slavery once the Lord come back. So really, they shouldn't want the Lord to come back. You know what I'm saying? Like, they should be trying to postpone the return of Yahushua for as long as possible. See, but again, the Lord got these people in a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think that they know what's going on, but really they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're in their own way. You know what I'm saying? Verse 5, and I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury, it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury, and I will bring down their strength to the earth. So you know what's going to happen? The Lord is going to humble these heathen nations, man. Right? And scriptures also say that all those that are proud and lofty shall be brought low in the day of destruction. And that day of destruction is the great day of the Lord, man. Okay, well, all these heathen, they're going to have to, you know, meet their maker. Okay, they're going to have to, you know, finally pay for their iniquity. All right, which is the day they never thought would come. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau deceived all these nations, making them believe that, you know, the Lord didn't see nothing of what they did and that the Lord had forgotten. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord did cast us off as a people. He gave us into the hands of the heathen to be punished, but they never thought that the day of reckoning would come. But hey, it's right around the corner. All right, let's go to Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, so these weaker nations, right? Now they talking big shit against Babylon the Great. You know, these weaker nations, they talking about, look at Lil Kim in North Korea, you know? This man testing, you know, nukes like every other day. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? They're getting better and better with the technology, okay? They talking about, no, we're not going to listen to America, you know what I'm saying? All the bricks coming together, getting stronger. This would have never happened 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Not even 20 years ago, this would have never happened. But see, now, these nations, they've caught up to the technology of Babylon the Great. Now, they got nukes too. So the playing field of war has been equalized. So they're not scared of Babylon the Great no more, man. You know, and then Russia, okay, which is Gog, you know, they're a guard unto these weaker nations. So they feel emboldened by what, you know, how Russia is moving and the stance they've taken against the West. You see what I'm saying? So pretty much the whole earth is going to come against Babylon the Great, man. And even America's own allies, NATO's so-called European allies, they going to turn too, you know? They gonna side with Russia and side with the BRICS nations, and they gonna shoot nukes over to America as well, man. That's biblical prophecy, Revelation 17 and 16. All right. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh-Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment, right? For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fast overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. See, so at the end of the day, you know, once these wars take place and these nations are completely brought down, in the midst of that, Yahweh Shai, he gonna come back. All right, and it tells you about that in Isaiah 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. See, verse 17, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh and the abomination, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord. And that's a cut to them Christians out there to say you can eat whatever you want to eat. This talking about the return of Yahweh Shai, man. And anyone that's caught eating swine's flesh, right? You caught eating mouse and lizard and shit like that. Yo, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be put to death on the return of the Lord. See? So the law was never done away with, man. But the point is that the Lord is coming to plead with all flesh, man, with his fire and flames of fury. You see? And guess what? The Lord is coming back as an angry so-called Negro man, okay? A angry so-called black man, all right? Which these nations, they're not ready for that because they believe the Lord to be some stringy head, leprous, white devil, man. All right. But Yahweh Shai is a very dark-skinned Negro man from the tribe of Judah. All right. And he's coming back to do judgment. See, he ain't coming back to hand out candy canes and dap you up and hug you and laugh and joke. No, that's going to come in the kingdom with the Israelites. See, but he coming back for these heathen to basically, put them down, man, to take the rulership away from these heathen. Okay, to slaughter. That's what's going to happen. All right, so when you see news like this, talking about Taiwan and, the world is on the brink, just know that this is all to come with it, okay? Yahweh Shai is in the midst of all these things, man. You see? We can close out on this last one. California is charging residents who want to leave the state with a new exit tax. You can't make this up, you see? Every day that goes by, these devils implement more just ridiculous, unrighteous, draconian decrees, man. And really, they doing this to just piss people off to the point where civil war does arise. You know what I'm saying? They got a movie coming out in April called Civil War. We might not have an election this year. If a civil war does go down, we'll see what happens, how the Lord wanted to play out. But come on, man. Like, you gonna charge people an exit tax to leave the state? Because a lot of people is leaving California because of the cost of living. The crime is crazy. The policies is over there is just outlandish. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people is exiting California, man. Just like they exited New York, exiting Chicago. Then they defunding the police. So the streets over there is crazy, man. Like the streets in these blue states is just chaotic. You know what I'm saying? So people like, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to move to a red state. That's people's mindset. But if you want to do that, they going to charge your ass an exit tax just to leave. You see what I'm saying? So as it says in Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and they write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, and that's Esau Edom. You know what I'm saying? His ways are always grievous. He's always looking for ways to oppress the poor. Just looking for ways to just piss people off to no end, to where the people not going to have no choice but to rise up against you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just so damn wicked. We can get a little bit of this. Finance expert John Williams has recently analyzed California's new tax policies, which include the introduction of a wealth tax targeting affluent residents with an exit tax for those relocating out of the state. These measures aim to address California's significant budget deficit, which has reached $68 billion. The state's approach to increasing revenue involves direct taxation on the assets of the wealthy, with additional scrutiny on asset reporting. So look, America through, man. Okay, America's done. This place ain't coming back. You know, hey, Howard U. Richmond. Okay, all these business owners, you came here to make money. These people is howling right about now. You know what I'm saying? Because they see that there's no future here. They just trying to liquidate their assets and just, you know, just get away from Babylon as fast and as far away as they possibly can. You know, that should be a mindset if you got some sense, you know. But yeah, man, we are at the end of America. Things just getting worse each and every day. And hey, Yahweh Shai is with the true believers, man. So we don't have nothing to fear. You know, all we got to do is just sit back, watch the show, and you know, just keep the faith. You know, but this is time for the Gentiles, for these heathen to be afflicted, man. You know, the same curses we had to go through, now it's afflicting the heathen. That's why you got Becky's going on TikTok talking about, oh, I'm working 2 jobs and I still can't make ends meet. I can't feed my dog. I can't feed my cat. You know, I can barely afford the rent, groceries. I got to eat less, crying and shit, right? But hey, welcome to our world, man. Like, this is what we born into. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was born into these conditions now. And really, for them, it ain't even that bad. For the heathen, it ain't even that bad. Like, you know, it's just compared to what they're used to. It's like, damn, like, I got to work 2 jobs to make ends meet. Again, Jake is used to living like this, man. You know, we're used to having a struggle. You know, we're used to having to eat less and you know, not take vacations and stuff like that. But to these heathen, you know, now they getting a taste of what Jake got to go through. But hey, you know, call Lord Yahweh Shem Shai that these heathen are finally getting what they deserve, man. You know, and they end is coming soon, because like the affliction just starting. It ain't over yet. They going to change once Yahweh Shai come back. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this lesson right here, brothers and sisters. Hopefully this lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. In closing, call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Shalom to the elect.